Hello everyone, I'm Kathi Powers, the Superintendent with the Twinsburg City School District. Welcome to Twinsburg Schools Today. Well, we are here at the end of the school year. It is May, and today's show is all about our seniors, our class of 2024. And I am delighted to introduce you to four of our very best who've joined us today for our show. So I'll start over with my friend Aidan. Why don't you introduce yourself? And actually, if you can just say, how many years have you been in the school district? Maybe from Wilcox all the way up or something else?
Yeah, so I'm Aidan Booker. I'm currently a senior at Twinsburg High School. And I've been in the district since second grade, so about 10 years now. And yeah, I've enjoyed it.
Long time. And here you're almost ready to exit the door.
Yes, yes.
Awesome. Well, thanks for being on my show.
Of course.
How about Vani?
I've been in Twinsburg City Schools since kindergarten, so basically all my school years that I can remember, and it's just been such a great opportunity, and I love all the connections I've made. I've loved working with you, and I am really excited to graduate, but I'm going to miss Twinsburg, and I'm definitely going to come back and give back to my community.
Super. Well, I'm so glad that you're here today. Thanks for joining us.
But I will miss the district a lot.
And we're going to miss you, too. Tavien, how about you, hon?
Hi, my name's Tavien Dotson, and I've been in the district since 6th grade, so a little less longer than you guys, but I've enjoyed my time here. I definitely am excited to get out, but I'll miss all of you guys.
Good. Well, we're going to talk about all the things that you're excited about as far as being a Tiger goes today. Well, thank you for being here today.
Thank you for having me.
And Josie.
Hi, I'm Josie, and I've been in the district since kindergarten as well, so I've grown up here, always been a Tiger, and yeah, it's very exciting to go on to college, but sad.
I'm sure. When you're so busy doing so many great things, it is, I guess, melancholy leaving the district, going on to the next best thing. Well, I'm really delighted that all four of you are here today. And, you know, our residents like to watch our program and learn a little bit about the school district. And it's fun to highlight four students who are just remarkable. You're also very different in your interests, your talents. And so today we're going to talk a little bit about that. So why don't we start with Aidan again. And Aidan, if you think about your experiences at the school district, and it could be all the way back to your youngest years, what's maybe your fondest memory of being a Tiger?
Fondest memory of being a Tiger? There's so many. I would say in recent years, since that's why I can most recently remember, I would say working with Mr. Kirtley on different media projects and anchoring the THS News. I think since I've really started to hone in on my passion for journalism, being able to anchor the news, and then, you know, since I'll eventually graduate and then going on to anchor their different newscasts, but this is where I first started. So yeah, it's just been an amazing process.
And I think it's a good time to just explain to our residents some of the things you've done in the past as you've prepared to launch this career. You've been very busy as a teenager with PBS and Cleveland.com, so can you explain a little bit about that?
Yeah, so about my junior year, I started freelancing with Cleveland.com. So I did different feature stories on journalists that are making an impact in Cleveland and Northeast Ohio. And then I also did sports. So I mainly cover high school sports, but sometimes I get to cover college and then a Cavs game or Browns event. So, and then with PBS, it's mainly stories. It's kind of nice because I kind of get to cover whatever I really want at the time. I know I covered the Twins Days Festival. That's an event I've been attending since as long as I can remember and as long as I've lived here. So that was a nice story I got to cover. I also covered a story in Boston at Nobska Lighthouse. It was about the U.S. was giving away back ownership to the community. They used to own the lighthouses, and now they're transferring the ownership to the community. So that was a nice story to cover as well.
And I think as a reporter, you learn so much about the feature stories that you're creating.
Yes.
So my goodness, your career is already launched.
Yes.
That's remarkable. Well, thank you for sharing the talents. And of course, you're doing Eye of the Tiger too, which is in-house videos about great people in our school district. So thank you for that as well.
Thank you.
So Josie, how about your favorite memory of being a student in our district all the way up the chain?
Probably something like consistent throughout my time in Twinsburg is just the athletics. You know, I started doing like youth sports, and my sisters, who are both older than me, I was already going to their games and whatever they had. Then middle school, I started cheerleading, and then my senior year, when I got into high school, I got to do gymnastics for the school as well, which was great. And just being like with friends and new teammates, meeting new people through sports that I don't really get to see in school, just having a great bond with them that you wouldn't really get outside of sports. It's probably been the best.
And it's been fun to see you at the state level.
Thank you.
Competing there too with gymnastics.
Yeah.
I'm sure that's quite a memory.
Yeah, I remember last year they go out like 17 places for the people that qualify. So I was actually 17th, which was nerve-wracking but very exciting when I got my name called. So going back this year, especially with our freshman Drew Grossell, was really fun.
Oh, that's amazing. And I so applaud you. That is hard work. You're so strong when you're a gymnast. That's amazing.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. So, Vani, what about you? If you're thinking back to memories.
Right. So just like Aidan, I have so many memories. While they were talking, I was just trying to think of one, but I think my fondest memory is probably the whole experience with Iceberg. Just for the viewers, Iceberg stands for International Cultural Experience of Twinsburg, and it's a organization that I started just to give the community more knowledge about different cultures and let people feel more confident about expressing theirs. So I think all the meetings and the events that we've done, like, it's stressful being the planner of all that, but it's so worth it. Like, I've got to meet so many new people. I mean, that's how me and you got so close. Right. I've forged many great connections with teachers and other district members, and I just think that's my favorite memory because when I look back at all the connections I've made in Twinsburg, it's from Iceberg, and I think that it's probably something that I'm going to continue doing throughout college as well.
Well, you've made us better as a school district because of that work.
Thank you.
And I look forward to carrying that on even when you're into college and beyond.
Yes.
So thank you for being so committed to what's important and making sure everybody feels as if they belong in our school district.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, Tavien, what about you?
Okay,
A great memory.
In thinking of all of you guys's and thinking about mine, I have two that are tied in my head, but my top one that takes the cake is helping out for these past few years with Special Olympics. So working with the kids and watching them grow over the years and them becoming more social and being able to become functioning members of society. And I almost want to cry because it's so beautiful to realize how blessed you are and in the situation you are to have an impact on people who can just be happy all the time and are having a lot of fun but struggle in certain areas, and being able to help them and being able to work with them, it's really beautiful. And I'm really glad I got to do it.
It's such a great event. We all travel over to Nordonia's stadium, and just to see all of the kids together, just having a great time. And it doesn't happen without all of our high school students who come out and help with that. So thank you very much. The kids remember it for a lifetime, and I know we do too. Yeah. It is really quite special. It's coming up pretty soon here too.
Next week? Or no, 2 weeks, sorry, May 10th.
Looking forward to it.
Definitely.
Awesome. Well, thanks for sharing the memories. That's it. I think this time of the year when you're at an exiting senior, you start to think back about things that have impressed you along the way. So let's talk about academics, and you're all top-notch students. So Josie, why don't we start with you? What is, if you had to think about your favorite class at Twinsburg High School, what is that and why is it your favorite?
It's a hard question because growing up I kind of always liked math, so I want to say math, but getting into high school you get a lot more choices of the classes that you want to take that hone in on your interests. So I would say probably my favorite class throughout the past 3 years was my sign language class. The teacher, Mrs. Loymans, she's just so passionate about the language and helping others, like her students, just learn as much as possible. And as it's sign language is not as popular as Spanish or French, so we have less years of it. So she really inspired me to continue with sign language in college. So I'm gonna be minoring it at OSU. So yeah, I just think her passion for it really spreads onto her kids, and I just get to have a good time with her with learning the language and other people that are passionate about it as well.
And the projects that you do in class are just so much fun.
Yeah, there is a specific day dedicated in the year. It's called ASL Day. So every ASL student is supposed to stay silent the whole day and use sign language as your form of communication or write whatever you need down. So you get to do a scavenger hunt in her class and go to teachers and like teach them sign language or other students. So it's a really nice way to like spread the culture of the language.
That's great. Well, I appreciate, you know, thinking of ASL as a world language, because it really is just a language all of its own.
Yeah.
Great. All right, Aidan, what about you? Do you have a favorite class that you can recollect?
And I hate to sound redundant, but it's really the broadcast journalism class. I think just taking that class, obviously it's a huge interest of mine, but the skills you learn in that class, shooting videos, editing, knowing how to set up a shot, those are skills that you can take to any other field, even if you take the class and you choose not to major or pursue a career in journalism or media. You can still take those skills and apply it to anything you're really doing. So I think that's been the most valuable class I've taken. Besides that, just not to give that kind of typical predicted answer, I would say history. My AP government class, that class has definitely taught me a lot about what's happening in the world. It's definitely made me pay attention, especially as a journalist as well, because you have to pay attention to what's happening in the world currently. So I think the AP government class has definitely taught me a lot.
That's great, and it is right. You'll take that information on into your world as a reporter. You know, in Mr. Kirtley's classroom, he has a wall of students who have made it in the profession of being in journalism of some kind.
I hope to be on that wall one day.
That's what I wanted to say. You're next, so we have a spot for you up there. That's great. All right, Tavien, what about you? You do have a favorite? I think I already know, but go ahead and say it.
This class is predictable, my band class.
Yes.
It's not just because I'm obsessed with my trumpet playing and I'm going to college for it, but it's just Mr. Bonnets is such a great director and such a great person in shaping and molding the minds of all of us. And him just respecting me and talking to me as if I'm at the same level as him, and also teaching me a whole lot of life lessons and just helping me out in general has been really great, and he makes every day so much easier.
Well, you know, I think of you as a very enthusiastic musician, and you don't know I've watched you do something, but the night of the That's Amore, or whatever it was called now, the band fundraiser, you also had to make your way to Solon High School because Vocal Music Boosters, well, they were with our kids, the Great Expectations, were performing at Solon High School in their music festival. And I saw you perform with our kids, pack your bag, and head out the door, and you were so enthusiastic about having this next thing to do. I don't know if you ever made it on time because the timing was so close.
We did.
But and then to play in a whole different venue on the same night. It's just remarkable that you're so dedicated to your craft. And people notice what you're doing. I just wanted to tell you that. I was watching you and I'm thinking, wow, look at this young person getting ready and doing what he loves and so excited about it. So congratulations with all that.
Thank you.
So fun. All right, Vani, what about you? What do you have a favorite class?
I would never think that I would have gave this answer today, but I think that my favorite class throughout high school is probably my AP language and AP literature classes. And growing up, oh my God, I was not fond of English and like writing essays and reading, and the teachers, Miss Wolf and Miss Teeter, I just think they're amazing. They're just so good at teaching and coming up with a lesson plan for each day. Like, they're always keeping students engaged, and there's a lot of homework, and sometimes I do get, a little lazy with schoolwork and stuff, but like they always make sure that we're right back on track, and they're always like giving us proper feedback and like proper criticism to get us to be better. Like, I remember getting my first essay back in AP Lang last year, and I literally was like almost about to cry because it was just like such harsh feedback, but that's what it took for me to get where I am today and be like a good writer. And it helped me write my college essay, it helped me write scholarship essays, and I just think that reading and writing, like being advanced in it, is such a crucial skill that someone needs when they're going to college. So I'm really grateful that I got to take those classes and succeed in them.
Well, it's also about your resilience, right?
Right.
Because somebody with less of a spirit would have just given up and said, I can't do it. But it really drove you to the next level of perfection.
Yeah.
That's great. Well, congratulations on a year well done. All right, Aidan, let's talk about community service, because in order to graduate, we all need 40 hours at least. I'm quite sure everybody here has far exceeded 40 hours.
Yes.
So Can you tell me what you've done and why is community service important for you in your life?
Yeah, so actually I didn't do my community service in journalism. What I did, I was a part of this program at Case Western Reserve called Math Corps, and essentially we teach math to kind of underrepresented middle schoolers. So it was just an amazing experience because I'm teaching what I learned in school and then getting it to apply it to different kids. And honestly, why it's important? I mean,
Just giving back, right?
Yeah, just giving back to the community. I think that's the best part. Just seeing the looks on their faces when they learn something new, that's truly an amazing experience.
That's a great validation of your work, for sure. All right, Josie, what about you? What kind of community service have you been involved in?
Throughout my years, I've done of various things. Like in high school, I did a lot through the Twinsburg Athletic Boosters, and I've also done a lot through my local church, St. Cosmas St. Damian. And I just think it's important to not just look through like one lens when you're giving back. You kind of want to do multiple things. Like National Honor Society has really given any students in there a chance to give back in multiple areas of our community. And when I was growing up, my parents were always volunteering for me and my sisters on weekends and after work. So I just think it's important to take that not only for your family but for your community and do what you can for others when they can't do it for themselves.
That's great. Thank you so much for that answer. Vani, what about you? What kind of community service have you done?
So most of my high school experience has been surrounded by community service, whether it's like spearheading projects or just working with kids. I think like a lot of the time I put outside of school has been with that, especially with like Iceberg. A lot of the meetings that we have, it'll be like combined with community service, like come to this meeting and bring donations. So I've worked with the Courtney Jones Care and Cure Foundation, yes. And we held an event called the Snowball at our local library, and we had kids come and just, it was like you had to wear your cultural, like traditional outfits. So kids from all different countries, cultures came, and we had activities, games, music, dancing, and then people brought donations for the Courtney Jones Foundation. So a lot of my community service work has been like integrated within my cultural awareness work, and I think that's the best way to do projects like this, like really take what you're interested in and just stick with it. Like you don't need to volunteer for something that you find boring. Like you got to make your own way, you got to make your own path. So I think that has really allowed me to like be successful and enjoy doing community service throughout high school.
You've been so self-directed and getting involved in such positive things. And I really am grateful to the Give Back to the Courtney Jones Foundation. Courtney would have graduated with you. She was a member of the class of 24, so to remember her all these years is very, very special, and I know her mom and dad and her brother really appreciate it, so thanks for that too. All right, Tavien, what about you? Community service?
So a giant bulk of my community service was actually helping out with Special Olympics. So I've been doing that since my sophomore year, and in doing that, I didn't realize I could gain hours, and I really did it just, to be honest, for fun, because a lot of those kids I've known for years, and I've never seen them as any different than me because they're still people at the end of the day. So in working with them and seeing that, it just made my heart really happy, and being able to serve, as well as doing Camp Fitch and just my influence on those kids. But overall, that community service has just helped me a lot with becoming a better person, as well as just overall shaping the world around me.
That's wonderful. Again, it's heartwarming to hear the impact that you're having on students who learn in different ways, and being able to help them enjoy an afternoon competing and being part of a big group. It's just an amazing, amazing event. I thank you for your dedication to that.
Thank you.
So we all have families that support us, right? And your parents and your family has been just amazing along this journey of your education, all the years that you've either been in Twinsburg or maybe joined later. If you had one thing you wanted to say to your parents here at the end of your high school career, what would that be? And I'm going to start with Aidan.
I would tell my parents thank you for supporting me and thank you for pushing me to greater boundaries that I feel like I've exceeded. You know, they've pushed me to take honors classes when I was the first one to say I don't want to take the honors class because it's more work. And I think having a brother as well, not just the parents, but having a brother that was 2 years older than me and that attended the school as well and took some of the same classes, kind of having his guidance of him telling me the class, once you get in, you know what the work expectation is, so you have a goal to meet. And I think just having those two resources is very helpful to me.
That's great. Great family there. What about you, Josie?
I feel like the most obvious thing to say is thank you to both my sisters and my parents. My parents, with both my sisters being above me, they never really put me on the scale of comparing me to them. They always gave me my own room to take whatever classes I want. They just encouraged me to do what I enjoyed, and they always came to any like banquets or academic events that they didn't have to be there, but they came. And my sisters obviously helped me kind of with just like, even though they're graduating out of college or out of high school into college, they help me picking my classes, and if I need help with homework, they do their best to go back that far and help me. So they've just been a great support system, and not just like guiding me, but supporting my own decisions too.
It's been fun watching your parents at your gymnastics meets.
Oh yes, they get very
Super
excited.
enthusiastic, right? Greatest fans.
Yeah.
Oh, just a lot of fun. Well, that's awesome. Tavien, what about you and your family? If you had something you wanted to say to them.
Like she said, the obvious thing, thank you. And I love you guys and thank you for everything. And now the nest is empty, so you can take care of yourselves, go on vacation. And yeah, just thank you for everything. Thank you for pushing me. Thank you for letting me take Chinese when I couldn't get into Spanish. Just thank you for it all. That's what I'd say. And I'd give them hugs too.
I'm sure, I bet. Well, as long as you come back to that empty nest, that's what your parents would hope you would to do.
Definitely.
Awesome. All right, Vani, how about you, hon?
I'd also like to say thank you to my parents, and more specifically just for like, thanks for all the experiences that they've given me. I've gotten the opportunity, and I'm so grateful for it, to travel a lot. And me and my dad went on kind of like a little world tour, more so like Europe area last summer, and we went to, I think last summer, me and my family all together went to about 10 countries.
Wow. And
it was just so eye-opening to see the different cultures and like just like experience all these different people and surroundings. And my parents both work really hard for that, and I think that they've just allowed me to stay connected to my roots but also explore new things. They allow me to hang out with whoever I want, but they also keep me grounded with my family. Like we go back to India every year, so it's just like nice because I have a lot of people around me. Like Indian culture can be a little difficult sometimes because a lot of parents like to stick to traditions, but my parents have done a great job with like assimilating to American culture but also staying connected to our heritage. So I just want to applaud them for that, and I'm really grateful that we all can navigate America together, you know.
Well, thanks to them, you're so well-rounded.
Thank
you. And that's a beautiful characteristic to have. Well, we just have about 3 minutes, so I know our viewers would love to know what you're going to do. You're such wonderful young adults here and so talented and well-rounded. So where are you going to college, and what is it that you're going to study? And I'm going to start with Tavien.
Okay, so next year I will be attending the Ohio State University with a major in jazz studies with an emphasis on trumpet and minor in Chinese.
And why jazz studies?
I fell in love with it. It became an art to me. Before it was like, oh, this is music that my grandma uses to go to sleep. But in playing trumpet and working with Mr. Bonnets and doing Jazz Fest Academy with Tri-C in the summer, it's really opened my eyes to how jazz is less music and more of an art form, and how I can take it and shape it and make people feel good and feel happy through the music.
Oh, well, best of luck to you.
Thank you.
We'll be watching for you on the Grammys.
Hopefully.
Hopefully so. Vani, what about you?
I'll also be attending the Ohio State University, yes, and I'm going to be in the Integrated Business and Engineering Honors cohort, where I'll be majoring in finance and minoring in something within the software engineering realm, and I'm really excited to combine both my interests in business and engineering and kind of like make my own path and have a career that integrates both interests.
And I know you're going to be absolutely phenomenal.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Yeah. I'm also planning to attend law school in the future, but that is a couple years down the road. So, but that's my goal. I want to be a corporate lawyer.
And you're going to do it.
Thank you.
I know it. What about you, Josie?
I'm also going to be attending the Ohio State University. And I'm going to be majoring in nursing with a minor in American Sign Language.
Okay, why nursing?
My grandma was actually a nurse, so I was kind of surrounded by it growing up, but I've also just always had a passion for helping people, and the medical field always been interesting to me. I just never really knew what I wanted to do, but nursing, it's just, I think with my grandma, what pulled me there the most, and I just love to help people.
Oh, that's great. Well, best of luck to you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, Aidan, are you going to Ohio State too?
I will not be going to Ohio State. I'm going to Arizona State University, majoring in broadcast journalism.
Well, congratulations. What drew you to Arizona?
It's really everything. The weather's nice. They have a great, phenomenal program in journalism, and yeah, I mean, everything I've learned at Twinsburg, I'll be taking to Arizona and then bringing back here, of course.
Well, we're counting on it for sure.
Yes,
Well, it has been just such a delight to watch the four of you, succeed through our school district and get ready to take flight and do the best next thing here. And just know we are so proud of every one of you. When I think about the best, I think about the four of you. You have such great talent. You're such good people, and you care about the community. You care about each other, and you love your families. And what a wonderful blessing to our school district to graduate the four of you. So, on behalf of our Board of Education and all of our residents, I thank you for your hard work. I thank you for representing us so well, because we're so tiger proud of each and every one of you. And want to ask, make sure you come back and tell us how you're doing, and fill us in with success stories, because that's what it's about for us. It's hearing about what you do once you graduate, because we're a part of that. Starting here, you have roots here, and it's important for us to know what's next and how you're doing, and just know that we're here if you need anything as well. Okay. Well, I look forward to seeing everybody at commencement, and commencement is going to be on Tuesday, May 28th at E.J. Thomas Hall. You will see Aidan and Vani and Tavien and Josie pass across the stage as we celebrate and commend them for just a fantastic career here in our Twinsburg City School District. I hope our residents are as proud of our class of 2024 as I am, and we look forward to getting back underway in August on the 14th for our reopening week. And the summer's going to go really fast. So until then, we wish you all the best. Have a great summer. And thanks again for your support of the Twinsburg City School District. Have a great day, everybody.